Hey, Marc Millan here. Thank you for letting me be a part of your day. I hope you're doing good. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about some distinctions between leading songs and leading worship. Leading songs and leading worship. Let me start by asking a question. Why do we sing songs for worship, right? What's the purpose of that? And I think there's a number of things that we might be able to put into what I would call a summary or a common ground, but I like to summarize it this way. It's to help people encounter God, to know of Him, and strengthen their faith. I would say those are probably my top 3 bullet points on that idea. Why do we sing songs of worship? Help people encounter God, to help them know who He is, and for their faith to be strengthened. Now, the songs that we sing help people encounter God because they get to choose to participate. They get to choose to lift their hands or open up their hearts. Worship is a willing act of the believer. It's a person who has chosen to respond to who God is and what God's done. It helps us to know God, what the songs say about His character, what the songs say about His power, what the songs say about His faithfulness and His promises. So it helps us to learn who God is, and at the same time it helps strengthen our faith. When we sing songs, the psalmist talked about this in the Psalms. Paul talked about it in scriptures, to sing songs to each other so that we would be encouraged. So in the Old Testament, God told Moses to write a song when they crossed over. So songs help our faith be strengthened. It's something about participating with our hearts and with our mouths in a song of melody that helps strengthen our spirits and our faith. So I think those are the 3 things on why we choose to sing songs. Now, the distinction between leading songs and leading worship, I would break it down to this. Leading songs, and you might be at this place, so don't be discouraged, but just know there's always a deeper place we can go, because the goal of me sharing some of these things is to help empower you and to equip you to become a fully effective worship leader, a leader of worship. So singing songs versus worship leading. Singing songs is more about the execution of the material, the song given, right? So if a song has been written, it's got an intro, a verse, a bridge, and a chorus, and maybe a pre-chorus, and they do 2 choruses, whatever the format is. Singing songs is all about that, getting that right, making sure the song is sung well, making sure that as I'm singing the song, I'm focused on helping people to hear it the way it's supposed to be heard, the kind of the technical side of it, executing the melody, the lyrics. It's about the actual, what I would say, the tool. God uses a song as a tool, but it's a means to an end. The song is not the end, but a means to an end. We sing songs to encounter God. We sing songs to help people encounter God. We sing songs to help people know of God. We sing songs for people's faith to be strengthened, right? So those are the end results of why the song is there. We don't sing the song to just enjoy and absorb the song, because the song itself doesn't do anything. But when we add our faith and our conviction of who we believe God to be to the song, then it becomes a tool, that's something that can be used with power. So leading songs is more about just the execution of songs. And on my team, I have some song leaders that do a very, very good job with this. But leading worship is a little bit higher and broader to what's actually happening in a worship service. A worship service may have 2 songs, it may have 5 songs, whatever the number of songs are. Each of those songs have to be sung very, very well. But if all the songs were sung well, but people weren't actually led in worship, again, to me, I feel like it was purposeless, because the song is just a tool that leads us to a deeper place in connection with God. So leading worship now, going to this one, leading worship is more focused on pastoring people's journey, pastoring people's hearts so that they too can look and see who God is with us as we're revealing the songs. The focus of leading worship for me is I am looking into the room and I'm trying to discern and see, am I helping people to begin to see who God is? Not only just understand what the song is saying, but now understand why we are singing this song. Who are we singing this song to? What is all of this about? So leading worship is more about pastoring hearts. I would say leading worship is about cultivating environments, an environment of worship. What does that look like? That means that people's hearts are open. They're expressing their affection to God. That might be hands lifted. It might be stillness. It might be people crying. It might be people get down on their knees. But they're expressing some sort of spiritual response, like the way the Bible talks about responding to God in praise and worship. And so cultivating an environment where you're starting to see that happen. Again, I'll go back. If I'm just singing the song, I'm not necessarily focused on people's journey, or so much they may not be what I'm thinking about most. I might just be thinking, here comes the bridge, here comes the chorus, and I need to sing this song well. And that's very, very important. Excellence is important. But leading worship moves to a deeper place, a spiritual place, where we're cultivating environments, where we're pastoring people's journey, where we're unifying the room so that people's hearts and focus, and it feels like we're just one body responding to who God is we're ministering to God, ministering to his heart as if he's the only person in the room. And to me, that's really the difference or the distinction between leading songs and then leading worship. Leading worship kind of takes on this more fatherly approach so that souls and hearts are able to engage and experience who God is. Leading songs is a smaller portion of that bigger picture. So I want to encourage you, if you're leading songs now, ask God to just give you a deeper heart for who he is and his people, so that as you're leading a song, now you start to take on this broader sense of what God wants to do through that song. What is God saying to the people for that song? Who is God revealing himself to be as you're singing that song? And I think that's really the distinction from just leading songs to leading worship. That's all I had for you today. I hope it helps. Until next time, from my heart to yours.